In this tutorial, what we'll be doing is building the brick. You're going to personalize it so that when I print it, I know whose is whose. Opening up your SketchUp, we're going to change our template. Our template is now going to be in millimeters, so go and find architectural design in millimeters. We're going to delete Chris, so select them and press delete. Using our rectangle tool, we're going to create a rectangle that's 31.8 by 15.9. It's going to be really small because it's in millimeters, so scroll in by hovering over this area and just scrolling in with your scroll bar. Using your push-pull tool, we're going to pull it up to 9.5. Again, this is in millimeters. Using my circle tool, I'm going to create the first stud, and then I'm just going to copy it and move it around the top of my Lego brick. So this is going to be 2.45 millimeters. Using our push-pull tool, we're going to pull this up to 1.5. Again, this is all in millimeters, so just type in your numbers. This is going to be our first stud, and we're going to copy this. So make sure that all areas of it is selected. We're going to create it into a component, so we're going to make it into a component. I'm going to call it stud. Now I should be able to move it about the surface of the top of my brick. We're going to use the tape measure tool to create some guidelines, and we're going to come in from the top at 1.5 and from the side 1.5. When I move my stud, I'm going to make sure that I pull from the corner so that it intercepts in that corner right there, so I can snap it right into place. So make sure you're grabbing from the correct corner and snapping it into the intersecting lines. We're going to do the same for the other side. So come in by 1.5, and we're going to use our copy to copy it over. Notice how I'm grabbing from this corner, because when I grab from that corner, I'm able to snap it in place. And now they should be evenly spaced from the edge and from each other. We're going to do it to the other side, so I'm coming in by 1.5. Select both of the studs, and we're going to copy them. And once we copy them, we're going to move them down to the other end. Make sure that you grab from the correct corner. So selecting both of those studs, using our copy, dragging it from the point in the corner so I can snap it into the other corner. We're going to learn a new skill by populating the middle part. So I'm going to drag this all the way to the end, and then I'm going to let go of my mouse when I snap it to where I want it to be. And then I'm going to click 3/, and that will populate the middle. So 3/ enter, and there's the rest of your studs. So we just created a 2x4 brick. Going to get rid of these guidelines. And now we're going to go for our bottom piece. Orbit so that you see the bottom. Using the offset tool, we're going to bring in to create our edge. It's going to be 1.3, and then we're going to push in that middle rectangle to 8.5. That looks good. Using our line tool, we're going to divide our middle in half, our new rectangle in half that we just pushed in. Using our rectangle tool, we're going to go to the top edge inside of our pushed in rectangle, and we're going to create a rectangle that has a 0.5. So drag it across, go to the other end and type in 0.5, and it should be the length and width of this base. When you're moving it, you're going to move it from the midpoint, so find the midpoint, and we're going to drag it. So be careful when you're moving it, and drag it and align it with the line that we just created in the middle. This is going to create our middle section for our connecting piece. So select that middle line and delete it because we don't need it anymore. Using your circle tool, we're going to create a circle and place it in the middle. So click C, find the midpoint of one end, and then find the midpoint of the other. And you're going to use your references to find the center, and that's where you're going to create your circle for your middle connecting piece of the brick. So zooming in, you'll see the green and you'll see the red line in their intercept, and that's where my center for my circle is going to be. And the radius of your circle is going to be 3.25. So dragging down, click 3.25. Using your offset tool, we're going to come in by 0.9. Oh, don't forget to erase those lines in the middle. Then we're going to pull it up. We're going to use the inference of the edge so that we don't go past the bottom of our brick. And now we have our middle piece. For the pieces on the side, we're going to bring that up to 6.2 and then just double click for the other side. Using your circle tool, you're going to create a circle on the outside of the brick. It's going to have the radius of 3.25, offset by 0.9. When you use your push-pull tool this time, you're going to push it or pull it up to 9.5. After you've done this, you're going to make it a component, so make sure that all of the sections of your cylinder is selected by triple clicking on it, right click, and you can make it whatever you want to call it. I called mine the base ring. The reason why we're going to make it a component is because we're going to copy it and move it over because we need 2 more pieces inside of our brick. Using your tape measure tool, you're going to come in by 3.5 from the side and coming in again from the top by 3.5. Again, this is all in millimeters. Using your tape measure tool, you're creating guidelines. When we move our cylinder inside, make sure that you grab from the corner so that you can snap it in place at the intersection. So using your move tool, go to the cylinder, click on that corner, and you're going to bring it inside of the brick. Snap it right there on that corner. Make sure that it's there and it looks fine. You're going to go to the other side using the tape measure tool again, come in by 3.5 to create that guideline. When you create that guideline on the other end, use your move tool, and this time you're going to pull from the other corner and snap it into that intersecting lines right there. Because the 2 pieces are components, we're able to resize it. So triple click and select it using your push-pull tool, reference to the edge of your brick, and it should be the same height. And now we created the top and the bottom of a Lego brick. From the top view, we're going to get rid of these guidelines. We're going to see if they actually line up, so when we put it with a regular Lego block, that they actually work. So we're going to create and make this a component. So triple click or select all of it, right click, make it a component. You can call it brick if you want. Now you're going to make a copy of this by stacking it on top. So using your copy and stack it right on top of the other brick. Alright, using the section pane, you're going to cut inside of your bricks to make sure that the bottom is connecting in the middle of your top studs. Go all the way through to make sure that they're there. This lets you know that the block that you just made, you can actually use with a regular Lego brick. Now it's time to personalize it. When you're typing, make sure that the extrude option is actually selected. If not, what's going to happen is you're going to get a flat 3D word, and you don't want it to be flat. You actually want it to be extruded, because that's the way it's going to be sitting inside of your brick. Make sure you change the size, rotate it and fit it, and make sure that it's flush against the brick. This is why we practiced this when we made our one room. Now you can use your paint bucket tool and paint the color of your brick if you want, but it won't make a difference because it all depends on the film that I have.